is good? It's your boy Ty back here with another video. And in this video today, guys, we're going to be going over and talking about whether the bionic set is worth locking in for a free Dark Matter Plus award pack. It's not equal chance, okay? So don't think you have just the same chance of pulling a Ben Simmons as Anthony Edwards, because you don't. And that's the big problem I see with this week's drop. If we go back to last week's drop, which I want to do for the sake of things, the reason I like last week's set is this. You could lock in last week, and all of these cards are top 5 at their respective positions. Every single one of them. From the worst one, maybe Chris Bosh, to the best one, maybe Dr. J. All of these Dark Matters were top 5 at their respective positions. Plus, if you lock in the set, you get a great Kyle Korver and a great Artis Gilmore. This week, let's name the players that are top 5 at their respective positions, okay? Ben Simmons, yes. I'd argue AK Chris Webber, possibly. And I'd argue Joel Embiid, probably. Okay, so I'm not going to sit here and act like there's no good cards in this set, because that's not the case. But the cards that aren't top 5 at their position, you're looking at Tyler Herro and Anthony Edwards. And realize, when you lock in this set with the Galaxy Opals and the Pink Diamonds, you're probably going to pull this card. You're probably going to get this card. And realize, you're spending, I think it's 550,000 MT on what probably is going to be Tyler Herro. And I know people want to say, well, Ty, there's a chance I could get Ben Simmons. Realize, they don't tell you the odds of the Dark Matter packs for a reason. Realize that the odds of pulling Ben Simmons, some people probably do, but the odds of pulling Ben Simmons out of that Dark Matter Plus award pack are so small. 2K is not going to tell you this, because they want you to lock in thinking you've got a decent chance to pull Ben Simmons. What would I put those odds at? Probably like a 2% chance. Honestly, I think it's about a 2% chance that you're pulling Ben Simmons out of that Dark Matter pack. That's my truth. That's what I personally believe. And it says Dark Matter Plus pack. You're not pulling Kevin Durant out of that pack anyways. So the way I approach this drop is this. You know what? If Alonzo Mourning helps your team, if Shaun Livingston helps your team, do what you want to do. You know what? If you have a bunch of MT saved up and KD's, your favorite player in the world, do what you got to do. But I think this is one of the worst drops we've seen in the past couple of weeks. I don't think even KD is that good. To be honest with me, I think Glenn Rice walks circles around that Kevin Durant. I think Dr. J is better than KD. Ben Simmons is good, but think about all the good point guards we have. We have SGA. We have even Clyde, who's solid. I'm not saying those guys are better than Ben. I think Ben is that good. But then, it makes it tough for a guy like Ant to play. Even Joel Embiid. Does Joel Embiid play for your squad? Maybe. But guys like Dikembe Mutombo, who we're going to see today, are way better than Joel Embiid. So, for me, when I'm looking at this set, I think there are way better things to do than to lock it in. And I'm one. I grind a lot of MT every week in hopes that I can, keep my squad relevant, keep up with the times. And guess what? I think this is a perfect week to, instead of spending my MT, saving my MT, and heading into next week better off. That's just my solution. And again, if you don't play the game a ton, because I know a lot of people are like, imagine grinding the game this much, when I basically told people how I make 1 million MT a week, which this week I didn't make quite 1 million, but you know what I'm saying? And so people say, get a life, Ty, oh my gosh, do this, do that. And I get it. But my whole thing is, if you're not going to play the game a ton anyway, what's the point of spending money gambling on a card? I would get it if Anthony Edwards is your favorite player in the NBA and you could buy packs or buy players off the player market and for sure guarantee yourself Anthony Edwards. I would get spending money on him. But you're spending money on the hope of getting the Dark Matter you want. And that's the problem I have. And again, if you want to better your squad, this is not the drop to do it. Because again, Tyler Herro's not good. Ant's not good. Honestly, Chris Webber and AK, they're good, but they're pretty mid. Are they worth spending, I don't know, $70 on to lock in the set? Whatever it is, maybe, $60, $70 on? No, they're just not. And so that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with this drop. If you want to go do what you want to do, I can't sit up here and tell you guys, that you're the problem. I will say this. If you're spending money on these types of drops, after the way 2K has treated us in the recent couple of weeks, especially this type of drop where there is really no incentive to open packs at all, you have a problem. And I'll be the one to tell you that. And again, I don't want to tell you how to spend money, but I just hope you guys realize that you get nothing out of this type of drop. Like Ben Simmons, for sure, one of the best cards in the entire game. I'm not going to sit here and act like he's a garbage man, because he's not. But I just go back to the whole point of you got to gamble for Ben Simmons. You lock in the set, you're not going to get Ben Simmons probably. And what are the odds you pull him out of packs? I mean, it's a 2% chance to pull a Dark Matter. And let's say even in packs, let's be honest, even in packs, let's say you have an equal chance that the Dark Matters. You still got a what? Less than 1% chance. You got basically what? Less than a 0.5% chance to pull Ben Simmons out of a pack. That's less than 1 out of every 200 packs. So realize how much money that is that you are spending to try to pull Ben Simmons. It's like $1,000. Do the conversions, guys. Do the conversions. It is not worth it. And that's what I want you guys to realize. It's not worth it. You're not going to pull Ben Simmons out of that, Dark Matter Plus pack. You're not going to get, Ben Simmons out of packs probably. And if you do, count yourself lucky because it's probably not going to happen. Where would I put your focus? Well, I think Kevin McHale is fantastic. I think Dikembe Mutombo is fantastic. You get those 2 cards, and it's clutch time offline for Kevin McHale, so it's super easy to do. You get those 2 cards today, guys. That's a better upgrade than if you had, Joel Embiid and Tyler Herro to your squad. Now, am I saying it's as exciting? No, because it's obviously not. But I am saying I think it'd be way more worth your time. You look at the past couple of drops, even the Gladiator drop. In my opinion, the Gladiator set was way better than the set today. Patrick Ewing is so much better than Tyler Herro. And I know there were a lot of people that got Pat Ewing that were upset. And I realize that. Like, Pat Ewing's not the greatest. But Pat Ewing, still, at the time he was released, was a top 5 big man in the entire game. I hope you realize that, this set is not worth locking in. And again, I don't necessarily at this stage think any of these sets are worth locking in, just for the sole fact that they're so clearly one-sided on who they want you to pull and who you want to pull. Obviously, you lock in the set today. You want to pull that Ben Simmons, but 2K doesn't want you to pull that Ben Simmons, so they're not going to bless you with that card. They want you to have to gamble on packs. They want you to think you need Ben Simmons, that you need Kevin Durant, when in reality, you don't need either of those cards. You don't need either of those cards. And with Kevin Durant, for example, he doesn't even really make your squad better. Like, Kevin Durant, honestly, and I gotta be honest with you guys, is not even that good. So I hope you guys realize what 2K is trying to do. I hope you guys can find a way to save your MT today, because when it gets down to it, guys, if you spend, let's say, 400,000 MT every week, it's going to be tough to keep up with the times. And let's say you spend 800,000 MT, or you spend $50 a week every week on this game. It's tough, man. Think about other things you could be doing with that money. And you don't even get the players you want at the end of this spending. And that's my whole thing. If I spend money on something, I want to get something that I want. I don't want to have to gamble on it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to have to gamble on something I want. And it's like, this is even, I don't know. It's just bad. It's not even my team anymore. And I know I've said that quote before, but it's not. It's 2K's team that you get to play with. When they said your team is worth nothing, guys, they meant it. Because your team really is worth nothing at this point. You don't get to choose your own team. It is the team 2K chooses for you. And when there are 2 bad Dark Matters, or 2 Dark Matters that, in my opinion, are not top 30 cards in the entire game right now, and that's putting it nicely, and Tyler Herro and Anthony Edwards, this is not worth locking in, guys. It's not. So that's where I want to leave you guys with. If there is ever a time to not lock in a set, this would be the one to do it. So hopefully I saved one of you guys from spending money today. Hopefully I saved one of you guys watching this video from locking in this set. Because again, this is about as bad as it does get as far as a content drop. And I know Ben Simmons is in it, and that's what 2K wants you to think. But just realize, you're probably not going to get Ben Simmons. The odds of pulling Ben Simmons are so slim. So if you do rip packs, guys, wish you the best of luck. But obviously, just realize, this is part of 2K's big plan. They want you to think, oh, you can get Ben Simmons and Kevin Durant, when in reality, you're going to see Herro flying out of packs. You'll see a lot of Chris Webbers just because he's not a big-time name. Chris Webber is decent, but again, he's not a big-time name, so 2K really doesn't care. They don't care if you pull Chris Webber because he's really not a big name. So if you pull him, I mean, good on you. You got a solid small forward, but put your focus into Dikembe. Put your focus in Kevin McHale today, and I think you're going to definitely enjoy the game more for it. So that's what I've got for you guys today. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. Do not lock in this set in NBA 2K24 My Team today. Drop a like on it. Subscribe if you are doing as always, man. I love you guys, and have a blessed day.